The following is something I made up. By reading this, you may have made this real. It's best to prepare beforehand so that everything can be on time. Timing is very important in this game. You will need a dark room with or without windows. Windows if you want safety. If you have windows, there must be curtains or sheets on them. No light can be seen. There may be furniture in the room, but not much. The floor should be clean. I don't recommend having anything hanging on the walls. They might fall down, depending on how the game goes. There should be some sort of seating arrangement for at least 3 people or no more than 5 people. This includes a circle of chairs, a couch, love seat, and I recommend the chairs if you do not wish to share a seat. The room is ready. I recommend memorizing your way to your seat. You will not bump into anything on your way there, so I recommend having your game on the same room floor as your bedroom. Go to bed at 8 tonight. You will want sleep. It's imperative that you would want sleep during the duration, no matter how short. Leave your room at 11:50. Put a blindfold on your eyes before you leave. Walk to your seat. Don't be alarmed. Nobody will block you. Sit in your chair, and then when you feel that 10 minutes have passed, you will know because it felt like 20 minutes. Invite them in. If it happens that you don't want to go through with the game, then go back to your bed without taking off your blindfold. If you wait longer than 10 minutes, you will be offended either way. But don't let them enter on their own record. If you take off your blindfold, it's a signal of fear. They like your fear, and you do not want them to like your fear. If it happens to you that you want to play, say calmly but firmly, "Come in and be obedient." They will come in, and they are your guests. They are yours to entertain, so polite and so mindful of your manners. Do not remove your blindfold. You do not want to see them. Be very specific on what you want them to do. They will do exactly what you do, and do not tell them to. Before anything else, tell them your rules. You are the host, and they will not disobey you. Be specific. Tell them how you expect them to act, and tell them that if they aren't allowed to touch you. Tell them that if they cannot touch in the room. Tell them where they can go. They are like children. Instruct them with precaution. You may tell them to sit. They will sit. You will tell them when they're seated. You may ask them questions. They may lie to you. You will not know when they are lying. You may ask them to knock on the walls. They will knock on the walls. You will hear them knocking as anyone else in the house. The other person may wake up from the knocking. If he or she does, pray that whatever pain comes will be swift. You may ask them of your furniture. They will not know. They will not tell you. You may do anything, but just not cross their lines. You will know when they are crossing their lines if you wish to ask them something, even when you feel the slightest hint of something's wrong. Do not ask it or do not mention it. The moment you cross their lines, you are dead. Remember to never take off the blindfold. They will ask you to. They will beg you to. They will try to force it with their sweetest tongues and harshest tones. No matter what, do not take off your blindfold. And above it all, do not be harsh with them. You are their host. They are your guests. So you must never be unkindly to them. They will see it as a threat and take care of you as seen fit. When you are done with them, tell them to leave and not return unless you invite them to do so. Tell them that you enjoyed their time. They love your flattery. You will know when they are gone. Do not take off your blindfold. When they are gone, walk back to your room and go to bed. Do not take off your blindfold. Sleep, you will dream of nothing bad. You may take off your blindfold when you awake, so long as it's daylight. For the rest of your life, they will follow you. Never will be a plain sight, and they will never be there when you look at them. They will always want another chance to meet you. Do not exceed 3 meetings. After the 3rd meeting, they may invite you. You cannot decline their invitation. Well, my pretties, that was Blind Man's Bluff, a creepypasta written by Anna Noria. Yeah, my final thoughts on this story. It's a pretty good pasta. I actually really liked how this pasta went out, especially with, you putting the blindfold on and you're doing this ritual weird thing or whatever. It's a pretty awesome story. I mean, it's pretty messed up, yes, but I still really found this story to be, rather amazing. So I do like how the concept went out as well as the, story and all. It honestly was pretty good. So I guess with that being said, I honestly thought this story was fun to read, and it was. I actually really thought this one was a pretty good story. Grammar is good, as well as sentence structure and all. Overall, I found this one to be a really well-made creepypasta. So I definitely gotta say, there's definitely a lot of time and effort into the story, and I gotta really say, I'm pretty impressed with how well-made this story is. Especially with everything around, I honestly really do like this story. It's a pretty good one. So I really gotta say, pretty good story. I do recommend reading it. It's a really good one. So I guess with that being the case, and with that being said, it's a pretty good story. So anyways, yeah. So anyways, yeah, I do find this one to be pretty good. Although it somewhat, didn't really make sense to what monsters or demons really are that are in this room with this person if they're doing this, ritual thing. It honestly just, I really want to know what kind of demons were they. Like, were they, spirit demons or whatever? I mean, it really makes me wonder. But that's just all I can really say is that this is all making me wonder about, this. So I can't really say what demons are actually there, but maybe you guys can maybe come up with some theories in that. So I guess with that being the case and that being said, like I'm going to say, this is just simply my own personal opinion. If you happen to disagree with me, that's fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions in regards to these creepypastas. This is just simply my own personal thoughts. I'm going to give this story a 10 out of 10. It's a great creepypasta. It's definitely well made. It's fun to read, and I honestly recommend reading this if you haven't. So, I guess with that being the case, and with that being said, what did you guys personally think of this pasta? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what you have done personally helped make this story a lot better. Feel free to leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'm the Lion Queen. Thank you so much for watching today's episode, and if you're new to my channel, feel free to leave it a like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications to when it uploads. That way, you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro because I'm out.